everyone, it's Misty from TheJollyFatElf. Welcome back to another card making video and actually the last video in my Sending Love Sweet series, unless you guys vote for me to do another week. So this is what I need you to do. I need you to watch this video all the way through and then let me know in the comments whether you want to see another week of Sending Love or would you rather me move on to the Tasty Truck. I will do whatever you guys ask, but I'm going to leave the vote up to you. So I'm going to voting will close today, Friday, at midnight Central Time, because I need to film the other videos before the weekend is over. So yeah, so anyway, if you've been following this series this week, you know that I've made every single card red and white. And the other day I showed you the Hot Mess card. So anyway, hold on, before I get ahead of myself. We are working on page 14 of the Occasions catalog. If you need one, follow the link below. Okay, so I showed you this guy. Slow down, Misty. I showed you guys this card the other day and mentioned that I had a hard time filming it. And then I don't really love it. I added the shimmer and I don't care for that. So I asked if you guys wanted me to remake this, and I think almost everyone who's commented has said yes. So I'm going to remake it today. I'm changing it up, but just a little bit, and I'm going to show you. So I've done some work ahead of time. If not, this will be 150 hours long. But I'm going to be using the Sealed with Love, using the Happy Valentine's Day stamp. So I'll move that to the side. I'm using the Love Note framelits. I'm using these two hearts, so the little one and then the bigger one. And then from the layering circles, I'm using the largest circle, and we're just going to trace with that one. So let's start with the tracing. So I already have my card base. I cut a piece of basic black at 4 1/4 by 11, scored it 5 1/2. I have a inside panel. You guys have seen me do this 1,000 times, so I thought it was a step that I could skip. This was cut at 4 by 5 1/4, and I just taped it in using some snail. Don't forget, all the measurements are in a PDF tutorial over on my blog, and you can find that blog link in the description box down below. I have another layer. This is the layer that we're going to stamp on. This measures 4 by 5 1/4. I have a piece of Whisper White that measures 4 by 4. On this card, I attached the colors directly to the black. I think I want there to be some separation, so we're going to try that and see how it works. For the colors, I think I'm going to need one extra heart. So I am using the Brightest Bright. So I've got Tempting Turquoise, Cucumber Crush, Bermuda Bay, Melon Mumbo, Daffodil Delight, Pumpkin Pie, and then Flirty Flamingo. I thought, look at those. Those look great together. Okay, so we don't need these right now, so I'm going to move them to the side. I also have my Versamark ink. I have my Embossing Buddy, and I've got my white embossing powder. So let's start by tracing on our circle. Now, I'm going to mention this, and I'm going to... I am a former teacher. I work in education. I'm a planner girl. I don't own a pencil. It's a tragedy. I cannot find a pencil anywhere in this house. So I'm using a black Sharpie pen to trace. It is going to show, and I'm going to go over it with a white gel pen anyway. So I figured it's not that big a deal, but somebody named Misty needs to buy a daggone pencil. I think the problem is I buy pencils, and then I have a husband who likes to use pencils when he's, you know, marking stuff on the wall. And then those pencils go behind his ear, and then those pencils go into the garage where they disappear, kind of like socks. Okay, so I've done that. I want to go ahead and get my stamping out of the way. I'm going to use my Misty this time. Somebody asked me in a comment why I wasn't using the Misty. I'll tell you when I use the Misty. I use the Misty if it's a brand new photopolymer stamp. After I've stamped it 3 or 4 times, I don't feel like I need to do that anymore. I use it if I'm making multiples, or if I think I'm going to have to stamp the stamp more than once in one spot. And I know I'm going to have to with this one, because that was part of the issue with the other card. I need to get a couple more magnets. So I'm going to rub that. That's an embossing buddy. It contains, I think, talc, and it's just an anti-static, so our embossing powder doesn't stick. So I'm using Versamark ink. My ink pad is gross, but the ink still works. And I'm using white embossing powder from Stampin' Up. I'm pressing all around because I want to make sure I get a really good impression. And it looks like I did, but I'm going to do it one more time just in case. And this is where the MISTI really comes in handy, because I don't have to try to align it, because let me tell you something, that never works for me. Praise to those of you who can do that, because I'm not really one of them. Not scripts anyway. Now if it's an image, I can do it a little bit better, so we'll see. I'm also trying filming without my new ring light. I've been having a hard issue with lighting, and I have a couple more lights coming tomorrow, so hopefully that will help the issue much better. Okay, now I am going to bring in a spoon and my embossing powder, and I probably should turn the fan off, but it's hot. We've had the weirdest weather. Last Friday we got sent home early because of snow. The last 2 days it's been in the 70s. And if you hear me grunt, groan, my back is out. I went to the doctor yesterday, and apparently I have severe arthritis, which I kind of knew, but to hear it, I was like, oh, I thought I just had arthritis, not, you know, severe. But that's what the radiologist said. So with that, either the weather or something has caused my back to be very swollen and very tight, and it catches. I don't know how else to describe. That may be the craziest bit. Like if I walk if I walk, set up, reach for something, basically if I live my life, I have like a sharp shooting pain, and it feels like my lung or my rib is catching on my spine. I don't know how else to describe it, but it'll knock the breath right out of me. So I apologize if you hear that. I noticed when I was editing yesterday's video, I did it a couple of times, and I was like, I should really explain what's going on. I've actually been home all week from work because it's been so bad. And so she prescribed a really strong muscle relaxer. She upped some pain relief, and then I got a shot in the butt, and then I'm on a really high dose of steroid. So hopefully by the end of the weekend I will be back to where I can at least walk, because I've been sitting, and that's about as much as I can do. All right, I'm gonna heat this with my heat gun. I do not want you to think that I tell you guys that for any Jesus, any kind of sympathy. I just want you guys to know what's going on. So, so we are already doing much better, because look at this one compared to that one. Super cool. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm trying to give this just a minute to dry. I'm going to line up. Oh, hopefully this works. It's not going to work. Misty, what did you do? That must have been why I had it scooted over. All right. I want to line up the circle with the inside tip and the tip of my hearts. So just like that. Actually, I have this going the other way. I think this will work. Oh my word. Isn't it funny how you can just be sitting doing the most mundane things and then all of a sudden a memory from like 2,000 years ago pops in your brain? I went on a first date with a guy I met online back in like 1998 at Tinker Air Force Base. And somehow that day just popped into my brain out of nowhere. I don't know where it came from. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to use a piece of washi. To washi these two together, and I'm actually going to leave it just like that. And then I'm going to bring in my Big Shot. Let's see if I can do this without crying. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this through, and I'm just going to keep going on the circle. So I'm going to speed through this part because it's going to take a hot minute. So, but you'll see it as it goes through. Guys, now that I've done this, I can remember why I had that other circle on top. But honestly, I'm going to keep going and we'll see if we really need it. Because as of right now, I feel like I'm going to need to. But I want to give it a chance to see. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring this in. And I'm going to use my Sharpie pen. Okay. So this one is big. You're not going to see this because I'm going to cover it up. I think I'm going to have to do a circle. I'm going to keep going, but I think, actually, before I move on, let's go ahead and do the white gel pen so it has time to dry. I'm going to bring in this scrap piece of Whisper White. Whisper White. That's clearly real red, Misty. Okay, and I'm just going to go on the Sharpie lines. Set that to dry. Now I'm going to bring in my scrap pieces of paper, and I'm going to put Okay, I know that I want the pinks. I want a big pink, a big blue, and a big yellow. So big pink, big blue, big yellow. Okay, then I'm gonna cut off. I'm going to cut off all of these ends except for the green one because that is the one that I need to measure out. Okay, so now I'm gonna bring in my card base. I'm gonna add snail to this. Okay, and then I'm gonna line these up so they're exactly even. Just like that. I still don't know if I want to add a circle. I'm going to add some ribbon, I do know that. Although, no, I'm going to I'm going to use these leftovers from my paper pumpkin kit, but you can use the normal foam strips. So I think I'm gonna be selling these cards on my blog. I haven't quite decided. You guys let me know if you would be interested in buying one. And if you are, I will list them. And if you aren't, then I won't. Okay, so let's peel off all of our backers. What do you guys think? Do we need it? Probably. Let's see. I'm gonna take this off of this one. It needs it. Dang. I hate to waste that card, but let me make sure. Did I punch this circle or did I... Oh, dude, what did I do with this? Did I punch it or did I... Oh, it's like 2 inches, so we'll just... Okay, I'm gonna start all over. Kinda. Oh, let me make sure 2 inches will be okay in this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay guys, while we're waiting for this to dry, or at least cool down, I mentioned in my Word of the Year video that I have some pretty lofty goals. And one of those goals is to grow, I would like to double my downline. And I would like to add 5 people in the next week. So if you are interested in becoming a demonstrator, email me if you have questions, but now is the perfect time to join, and I'll tell you why. Because normally it's $125 worth of product for $99, but Stampin' Up! Is offering you 2 free stamp sets of your choice, which could be a value of $104. So if you decided to get like that big numbers stamp or that big letter stamp, those are like $50 stamp sets. So you could potentially have like, what is that? $230 worth of product in your kit. And you can get, oh, that's not all the way melted. And you can get everything from the holiday or the occasions catalog in your kit if you wanted to. You don't have to be a salesperson. In fact, 90% of the demonstrators for Stampin' Up! Are hobby demos who just do it for a discount. So, if you have any questions, just email me or message me, call me, whatever you want to do. Like I said, I'd like to get 5 by next Friday. So, that would be fantastic. I have a Facebook group. I send out emails. We do quarterly prize patrol. I have monthly downline meetings where I give away prizes and those kinds of things. I have to admit that I haven't. Oh my word! Look what I found. It's a pencil. I do own a pencil. Oh my word! I'm putting that right there. Anyway, so if you're interested in Stampin' Up! Products and you want to get them at a discount, then it really is a win-win. So yeah, let me know if you have questions. So yeah. It's really cool because even if you do a hobby, like if you just work it as a hobby, you get the same benefits as somebody like me who works it as a business. So you still get flex points for every dollar you spend or sell, which you can use toward free product or our on-stage events. We have an on-stage event coming up in April and then again in November. You don't have to qualify for those. There is an incentive trip to Alaska that you can qualify for. And even if you don't sell, you could always still qualify for it if you earn enough flex points. So your discount starts out at 20% until you hit $1,800, and then it goes up to 25%. And then if you grow, if you decide to be a business builder, as you promote your, so once you pass Silver Elite, which is where I'm at, then your discount grows. So you could potentially be up to like 35%. So I normally, I mean, I don't know, I talk about joining sometimes, but like I said, it's a big goal for me this year. So you can't get people unless you talk to people, right? Right. Gonna pull in a glue dot. I just tied a bow. Was I even on frame? Probably not. Probably not. I'm gonna do something reckless and wild. Okay, it's not really reckless and wild, but I'm gonna put a bow over here. I never put a bow on the right side. Okay, guys, what do you guys think? Here's the destroyed hot mess. And here's the one that's not so hot mess. I still love how it turned out. I love it, and I love now that there's some dimension. You can you can't see it when you're front on, but you can see it from the sides. But I mean, if it was a shaker card, you'd see it from the sides too. So I'm still tempted to add some shimmer to the inside of the hearts. Do it, don't do it, Misty, don't do it. All right, I'm not gonna do it. Okay, guys, like I mentioned, if you're interested in joining, let me know. And let me know if you want another week of Valentine's Day cards, or if you're ready for me to move on to Tasty Trucks. That's the next card on my calendar. And then don't forget, it's celebration. So if you pick up this bundle and you buy like the ribbon with it, then you qualify for one celebration item, which is free. And you can get the Tasty Trucks, which I'm going to use. You can get the Hey Chick, which I used in Wednesday's video. So yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I really appreciate it, because one of my other goals is to hit 20,000 subscribers this year. And when you guys like my videos, then I show up in people's recommendations. So yeah, so if you like me, promote me. Dang, I was really, really sales pitchy today, huh? I'm sorry. It's Friday. It'll be all right. Anyway, guys, I love you. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to vote down below, and I will see you on Sunday for Plan With Me. Bye for now.